class, and the teacher was kind of into, I don't know what you want to call it, just alternative. And this guy in Afghanistan, is Abu Ghraib, is that where that prison is? Is that in Afghanistan?
What's the name of it?
That prison, Abu Ghraib or whatever. So this guy was he was a doctor, and he was in a prison camp somewhere in the Middle East for one of these wars, and he had nothing to treat people except water, and he was finding effects, like positive effects of just water.
From where? Just natural spring or something like that?
I don't know, just what was available to him. I didn't read the book, but I thought it was interesting that he had wrote a whole book on just water. Like,
what was his name?
I don't know. I can't remember. It's been so long since I was in school. So,
no, man, I've heard some. I've seen a lot of things about water.
I started like in the middle of what you were just saying. So I don't know what we got. Bryce.
Blake.
No, Bryson's my son.
Bryson's
Blake.
your son. Blake.
Yeah, it's two B's. I want him to be a BA, man.
So just if you can, just kind of like, just keep that like in front of your. Yeah. So
yeah, no, I heard on your last podcast. These are very nice.
Yeah, they're
quality.
They're like the go-to. Actually, Michael Jackson recorded Thriller on these. These are just like just really good, versatile mics, all-around mics. So Blake Adams,
yes, sir.
And your dad played for the Raiders.
Yep, his name is Stephon Adams.
I mean, so for football fans, that's like they're gonna know this guy.
That's when the Raiders were in LA.
Sure, I don't know anything about football or any sport, so
I don't either. But I just have a tremendous amount of respect for anyone who could make it to the NFL or even like almost make it. Like he was like, I mean, I can't even imagine. Like it's hard enough for me to like run and work out a couple times a week. You know, that's kind of actually one of the things I wanted to like just talk to you about a little bit was like, I feel like eating right and working out has been for me such a, right now it's like the biggest like hurdle or like it's the biggest, it's like the hardest thing for me right now in my life. Or let me just turn this camera on. So I don't know if it's a question or anything, but I've been trying to find a different perspective. I've been trying to like enjoy it, you know?
Working out?
Yeah, like just all of it, you know?
So do you work out? I just have a quick one.
I know Sarah's been training.
I know you have a trainer.
Yeah.
Do you work out by yourself though? Like, is it?
Yeah, I've done it all.
Okay.
And let me just turn this.
Yeah, no worries. Because I'm just thinking, because for me, you know, being an athlete background, not being even forced to play, like, you know, it was
just sorry guys. I'm just gonna say, welcome to the Learning to Lose podcast. I'm Pat. We got Billy here. And Blake. I'm just so bad because we're gonna.
He remembered my son's name, so I can't even tripping. Bro. That's love right there.
I'm just. It's for me. It's more like faces and personalities,
me too.
And I'll probably remember. I actually will remember your Instagram name, probably more than be better.
Be a better you.
Be a better you.
Yep. Blake Adams, BA. That's where the BA.
Cool. And then it says God and health and fitness. So for being sober and like, you know, working out, that's like right now the obstacle I'm trying to overcome in being a better version of myself. Cause I think that I'm sober. I go to therapy. I have I know what I want to do with my life and stuff, but like the health and the fitness aspect of it has always been like, it's like not my thing. Yeah. You know?
Well, that's why you have the trainer as well too. It's like because I'm a performance coach as well too, man. And I enjoy the process of starting somewhere and then, you know, getting through it, transforming your body, you know, setting a goal, setting a plan. That's me. However, everyone's different. When I realized that when I started personal training, I used to train when I was 16 years old. I was just doing it for like money. I loved working out. Oh, get to train some people. Cool. But now fast forward, after studying in college, understanding the process, and then understanding people don't really care about athletics, but they want to look a certain type of way. They want to feel a certain type of way. And I just try to encourage and just do my job as far as staying in my lane is like, hey, it's possible. I'm not perfect. I get it. No one's perfect, man. So just stay consistent on yourself because you do want to be a better version of yourself. Because I get it. When you're not in a system like it's like football, NFL, working out, how many people, most athletes, they tend to get bigger, have problems, heart problems at young ages. Yeah, after they're done playing, man.
Right.
Yeah, the guys do it all the time. Or in the game and overweight or something like that because they're not eating the proper things. They're working out. That's when they call the bulk, but that's dirty bulk. That's what I've learned now is that's the dirty bulk. I've put on weight with plant-based, like look and was more solid, man. You know what I mean? Like I just felt it was for me. It was more like I'm not you're killing the chicken. Like I just want the chicken. Is it healthy? Like I know people gonna eat it. I can't say anything on that. Like, I grew up on chicken, you know.
Like torturing it and shit is fucked up.
I mean, that's ridiculous. And I have some people that work in the meat industry, and they have told me, and I'm just like, bro, what? Like farm raised, I get that. Like the farmer has his farm, that's his lifestyle. He has his animals, livestock. He takes care of them, and then they get their meat, get the food. You know what I mean? So farm to table, but. I'm not going to get into all this other stuff. You know what I mean? It's a sensitive subject. However, I chose plant-based simply for the benefits, man. Like
if you didn't have Meniere's, would you eat as good as you eat?
No, not even close. I cook all my own food.
But you would just eat probably like shit if you weren't forced
No,
to.
I've always been healthy. Like my parents were, kind of healthy people and stuff. But I would definitely eat pho and like things that I love for sure.
But Mexican that's like pretty chill. Yeah, it's just like the McDonald's. I feel like
never.
It's
last time I ate McDonald's,
even like a bagel though. Like
all right, so
this morning,
I heard on your last one. Sorry for my interruption.
Oh no, it's fine.
Because you did say that you was like your buddy was. Like said, let's go to McDonald's, and you're like, yeah, I want to go to McDonald's.
Yeah, Oleg, my roommate, is just the worst.
That's not even food, man. That's like slow poison.
Dude, it's really not,
for
man.
sure. Well,
and I'm being plant based. The Impossible Burger, I've had it. It does taste like meat, man.
Yeah, no, I have too.
However, as a plant based, I'm like, how can I call myself plant based? But I'm still fueling my body when I already know. And my thing, me and my coach, we're like, man, if you know, you know. Do what works.
What do you mean you know? What do you know?
If you know that drinking water during halftime is better than drinking Sprite. If you know, you just do what you know is like what works. He said my coach. He has a saying. He's like, it was like what would like WWJD? What would Jesus do? It was like Jesus did what works.
Right, yeah.
Just do what works.
You know what I mean? I use that term a few times lately with our experience.
We use
what
it all.
What would Jesus do? That's what I was thinking through all that.
It's the best thing ever.
I've learned a lot, man.
It's the best thing. It's
because Jesus is not going to get pissed off at people and fuck with their heads and shit or vilify, right?
I mean, honestly, at any time I'm thinking with fear or anger, I'm just like, okay, that's not
from him.
Gonna be good for me.
Yeah, or anyone else. But like, even if I'm like selfish and self-centered, like which I am, still like doing what, I mean, look, regardless of whether Jesus was a person, if you're listening and you don't believe in Jesus or God or whatever, that's fine. Yeah,
but like,
gonna burn. No, I'm just kidding.
What?
I'm just joking.
But you know what Jesus, what the image of Jesus, whether he was real or not, stands for, and you understand what that, whether that figure is true or false or fiction or nonfiction, what that character would do in any situation.
Like a kid knows What's healthier, a cheeseburger or a salad? Which one you pick? Pick the healthiest meal. They know.
But like,
come on, man.
Yeah, but like,
well, so plant-based is healthier in your opinion?
For me in my life, I didn't have any, terminal illness or anything like that. My holistic coach, he had a virus to attack his body. He healed himself along with one of the medications that the doctor, prescribed to him. But everything else, he brought his own supplements in, and at the time brought his own foods as well too. And one of the supplements that he brought in was the fulvic acid, the humic acid, because it's antiviral. Mm-hmm. And it's kind of crazy because one of my buddies, he used to play football. We were in the same conference in college, and he had pericarditis. He had the same virus that my holistic coach, who's 51 now, you know what I mean? And my buddy is 29. I'm like, dude, what? Like, I know two people in my life. So I don't believe in coincidences. So I'm like, okay,
keep it a fist, just about a fist away.
All right, most definitely.
So you're saying, this guy got healthy from
plant-based, and I do. I am an athlete, man. I told you I was raised. I mean, we were eating meat. Like I just found something that worked for me because I've done the shakes. I've done, I would say for anyone. Cook your own food first off, period. Mm-hmm. Cook your own food. Cook your own food, man. If we can get into the plant-based and all the other stuff, I chose that. But cooking your own food, making sure you're taking more natural things. That's how I like to move.
Can I just do a little bit of interrogation here? Because I just don't know who I'm talking to.
Right.
So I want to find out.
Yeah,
okay.
Come on, man.
Yeah, that's
okay. So how old are you?
I'm 28.
And what's your job?
I'm a performance coach. I used to play professional football. I also do some I'm signed with the agency, so commercials and TV shows as well too, like background work. But
TV shows, you mean like acting or
like the background assistant, for All American. I was on that All American. Couple scenes I was with football, but then I also
what's All American?
All American is a show on CW with Tay Diggs and then Daniel. He's a guy from England. Real cool dude, yeah.
So what kind of show is it?
About football.
Oh, okay,
yeah. So
cool.
It's about football and
you seen the Netflix one, what's it called?
Last Chance U?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that one. That's raw, man.
Dude.
And yeah.
Have you heard of this one?
Yeah.
I saw it on Netflix, but I haven't watched it.
It's about
it's teams and it's their last. I started to watch that.
Dude,
yeah.
It is amazing because it's like all the bad kids that no one wants, one wants, and they all go to this, and they're like good, right? Because usually the bad, like a lot of times the kids that can't get good grades or they have like this natural talent, So it's just cool. But so continue.
Okay, is this cool? Where are you from? Are you from Los Angeles?
Yeah, I was born in Los Angeles. I'm always say like I'm a well-rounded person. Like I was born in the West Coast. I always had that type of energy, that type of swag about myself. However, in the South, the yes ma'am, no ma'am, yes sir, no sir, just as a respect. Even that was just how I was raised. You get what I'm saying?
What do you mean? So you go to the South sometimes?
Oh yeah, my dad still lives out there.
I see.
I was just in Atlanta. Actually, one of the other things I do is I partnered with a LA distributor of Crystal Blue Water Solutions. My coach, he actually spoke at the World Water Conference in Bulgaria. Yeah, there's a water conference.
He's so funny. He's like water, like all in on the water shit.
We're 70. Our body, it just makes so much sense,
dude. It's the kind of weird that you're here, bro. Because I swear to God, I ever since Victoria, Jason, one of my friends, he's a songwriter. He wrote Maroon 5's "Girls Like You" and like a bunch of big songs. And I grew up with him. And his wife is really cool, and we do a lot of work with them. But she's like, water, dude. Just drink more water. And I'm like, yeah,
dude. That's the people I want to talk to, man. Because
but she just got me to start thinking, like, you know what, like that could be a big piece of why I don't have energy. And I do feel like, even right now, I was just gonna say, like, I kind of feel like, I don't know, because I kind of drink a lot of this water he gave me, and I don't know, like, I just, but maybe because I ate a little bit, but like, I'm saying that like 70% of us is water, 70% of the world is water, and I'm like, okay, I drink a lot of coffee, but then I don't drink a lot of water. I think if you drink coffee, you need to drink twice as much water because coffee. So I'm thinking that could be a big part of why I don't have energy, which is leading to me not wanting to work out, which is leading to my depression, which is actually probably, I think sometimes the solution could be simpler than, and I just can't quite find the energy to like work out. I wish I could just give
him a hug because I know I can transfer energy. That's the type of how I carry myself. But I also know that we all have to protect our energy. I get that. You get what I'm saying? Like I can share my energy. You're sharing your energy with me. He wants to share his energy, but he's also like, people are guarded, man. People have gotten hurt.
Yeah.
People get hurt, man. Like, I don't care how big, tough you make people think. Like, people get hurt. They got feelings, man. But it's just how they carry themselves, and that's cool. Much respect to you. However, I only can be me. I can't be someone else. And I got to give credit where it's due. And I also got to, give myself a little pat on the back, too, man, because I did it. I put my big boy pants on and made something happen. You get what I'm saying? And that goes for anyone else as well, too, because that's what Be a Better You, too, is about. It's you also. Because we all have that in us. It's just about tapping into it, man.
So what is it that you made happen?
As far as the change, it's just making sure that I'm holding myself accountable instead of, trying to blame somebody else. Even with my football career, like woulda, coulda, shouldas. I look at it, and that's why I hired a holistic coach. I hired him. He didn't just say, "Hey, I'm gonna do this for you." Like I invested in myself.
How long have you been with him?
2 years.
So were you like bummed out or like,
man,
depressed?
I was definitely grieving, man.
When you didn't get accepted into like on a team?
Well, like I spoke to Mike Singletary, and I don't know if you guys are, football fans like that.
No, we're not, but I definitely have people listening that are.
Yeah, you can, so. if you want to check out linebackers, and that's what I play is linebacker. Some people say I was in the wrong position, but I loved linebacker, so that's what I played. You get what I'm saying? So, but as far as linebackers goes, Mike Singletary's, he's elite. Watch his highlight film. You'll get hype if you love football.
So was he on the Raiders?
Yeah, no, he was one of the coaches for the league.
Did he play?
Yeah, he played Hall of Famer.
Who did he play for?
Chicago Bears.
And just real quick, were the Raiders always in LA or were they in New Orleans or you said you spent time in New Orleans? Or?
No, Atlanta. Yeah. So that's after my dad played. But
where did he play for? He played for the Raiders, but where was it
college?
Always L.A.?
Yeah, it was L.A. Raiders, and then they had changed to Oakland. I think that last year.
Okay.
Yeah,
sorry. So back to Singleton. Is that?
Mike Singletary.
Singletary.
Yeah. So basically, it was like he was coaching one of the AAF leagues. It was like I guess you could say minor or the step above or beneath NFL, another higher level to play.
So you were in college or you?
No, I was out. This was 2 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
And you were like going. You were
trying. I was going crazy, man. I was invested in myself.
You were trying to get on like any team.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. That was my goal. I hired him. I was doing everything that needed to be done. However, the one thing I was missing was never my physical attributes because I always been strong, fast, good. But it's just like the mental aspect of the things. It's like the studying the film. What you hear about Tom Brady's, the Kobe Bryant's and everything, like the mindsets, even the greats, it doesn't even have to be about sports in general. It's just about that mindset that person has. And you're like, dang, if he even just felt that, is that in me? And you ask that question and then you search for it, man. And then the searching isn't in your head. Like it's the opportunities that present yourself, the people you're surrounding yourself with. I don't really do podcasts, man. And this is I appreciate you inviting me over, like to do a podcast, meeting Billy. He still has to interview me, but this is awesome, man, because I do believe in manifestation because our words are powerful. And for you working out, like, dude, I would love to work out with you. Not even to train you. Sarah can train both of us, but it's just like, I don't know, just share some of my energy in the session, bro, and cause an effect. If it doesn't work, be like, bro, I don't ever want you to come in and work out with me again. I'll be like, all right, cool.
No, I'm down, and I always feel better when I do.
Yeah, and so that's how I feel too, man. Like, part of being a team is working out with your teammates. Like you can, you know, bro. Like I'm a team player. I want to be an asset to anyone in a relationship, team, family. You know, I want to be able to pull my weight. And sometimes a lot of people have to pull all the weight. And, you know, that's when that team comes in, because you got to be able to have a bond. Most pro athletes that retire, they talk about that friendship, that bond that they have with, you know, their teammates. You get what I'm saying? Like that stuff is it's a brotherhood type deal.
Yeah, and I do think the mental aspect, no matter what you're trying to do, it always comes down, and that's the main thing I talk about with my guys. Elliot just walked in. He's one of my guys who actually just got sober again. What do you have, 2 days? 3 days? And it's all about like people that want to work for me. Like, I'm like, I don't care what you know or how good you think you are. Like, I care about like who you are and whether you're able to like be honest and like respect everyone around you. And like, it's a team thing. And like you just said that it's not something in your mind. It's like when opportunities present themselves. But I believe that when the opportunity presents itself, it does come down to like a mental ability to like either do it or do it with humility or do it with, so it is all about like the mental. And that's kind of like one of the
I have a
arguments
question.
me and my partner get into, because he's not like,
Who? With Billy?
no, I'm the mental, emotional,
Okay.
intelligence guy who's like, let's all figure out what makes us tick and use that, and you know, be able to have humility and
But
talk about our
you guys are
mistakes
still partners though, so you guys.
Oh yeah, no, we're great yin and yang.
So that's the funny thing, man. Like being on these, you know, being on the background sets and stuff like that. It's cool to see, you know, in front of the camera, the makeup, and but then you guys see the guys working in the back, picking up, moving the camera. You doing
There's so much. Like yesterday, we shot a scene in here. Elliot was actually here with us, and it was like, dude, it gets like really, really stressful because me and CJ are like trying to act, and Wickham's over there, and he was like stressed out because like we're running out of time, you know, because it takes a lot of time to set up lights, and then he had to like put like makeup on my.
That's for the bullet hole.
Yeah, and it was just like. And then now I'm like stressed out because he's stressed out, and like there's an energy, and then now I'm trying to like act, and I'm embarrassed a little, and I don't know. It's just like, it's a really magical. It's like the hardest thing I've ever tried to do.
Acting?
No, like making
a production,
a film or a short film or any kind of like. It's the hardest thing ever.
Well, and
there's so many moving parts,
dude, and that's why I look at like seasons like. Oh, we can go on about that. But
I want to rewind for a second here,
that's
because
fine.
you were getting on this point. No one asked you, but it's interesting and intriguing to me about, you're talking about this mental thing.
Yeah.
And you're saying it defines. Can you elaborate on what you were talking about? Is it like a spiritual thing, a mental thing?
So I believe it's the Trinity for me, man. You know, I just got to keep it real with myself, with anyone that I meet. Sometimes it is hard to open up to other people. However, you have a choice to pick and choose what you want to say and stuff like that. Not to try to test or not to try to test anyone. It's just more so like, you know, man, like, I can't give you all my chocolate right now. I'll give you a piece. Like, you know, some people tend to like, well, I gave you 100, and I'm like, yo, everyone's different. Some people are just straight givers, and then I've seen givers get hurt. And then I've seen people that piece off, and it's like, see, that's why they were taken away, you know, taking advantage. And it's like, dang, man, like, I'm like, dang, everybody is trying to just, you know, live their best life. You know what I mean? But as far as mental health wise, Pat and I were just talking earlier, like all the materialistic things. I love materialistic things, man. Like, I like them a lot, but I know that loving is like, come on, man. It's like you love your watch that much that you sleep with it, like stuff like that. Like,
right.
You're gonna bury yourself with your jewels.
But you were getting at like Kobe and what defines like a professional athlete from someone who isn't, or I'm just not quite sure what you're, because it was interesting, and I was thinking, you know, we can all relate to this, me and Pat and everybody.
Okay.
it really is a mental thing. Like I just spent the last day just lying around like a lifeless bag of shit, really. But then I've done amazing things, even being sick and stuff, and I can't even believe I accomplished them. But it was mental, and like I just didn't have the mental thing that I had, needed. And I mean that's the same thing with Pat. He could probably be like, waking up and doing it all, all the shit that's good for you, right? It's just like some mental.
Dude, I could be so
thing, and so I'm wondering, and then you're kind of bringing in some spirituality to it, and I'm wondering what you were getting at.
Let me not even try to paint the picture that I'm a perfect being at all.
Well, we don't think you are.
Like, let me say, like,
and that's the other thing is I don't think Kobe. I don't think anyone's perfect, but like they had the mental capacity to like pull themselves to this.
Maybe it was obsession.
Yeah,
and he said it though. He admitted. He said, I was obsessed with the game."
Right.
When you're in that, I felt it. I got chills when he's talking. When he was speaking about, like, when he said that, because I felt, and then I right there in that same feeling, I was like, see, that's why you didn't get it, because you didn't have that feeling when you didn't have this feeling when you were in it. You thought you did, but you didn't have this. Nah, you didn't have that. It's okay.
Well, it might be okay because a lot of great people they're great at one thing, but then the rest of their life sucks.
And well, that's why I say I'm just like thankful that I was open up, how my mom raised me. You know what I mean? I got to give credit. She raised me. Then
here in Los Angeles?
No, and I lived there.
So what? You were born here?
Yeah, man. I was born in L.A. Cincinnati. Oh, not Cincinnati Hospital. In Inglewood. I was born out there, and then I went to middle school, Memphis, Tennessee, and then I went to and Atlanta. We traveled a lot.
Travel? How come?
Works like for my mom. So she was in the mortgage industry. So she was doing that stuff. And
what was your dad's name?
Oh, Stephon Adams. Yeah, Stephon Adams. But they had divorced when I was young. I don't mind talking about it because it's
how old?
I was in third grade.
Oh, so you were little.
Yeah, I was young.
Like
but I also remember myself saying like hearing my parents like argue and stuff like that. I'm like just saying to like, why, if you guys are arguing like this, like why are you guys together? You get that? I remember saying that as a young kid. Like I literally hear that like why, like that's why even when arguing with someone, it's like, wait, Blake, like, yeah, you can go throw a temper tantrum, punch and throw everything around. However, what is that gonna do? You know what I mean? Like I understand you had a childhood, but you may have had a childhood past, but you overcame something. It's like, see that same greatness within yourself as well too. I mean, I'm not saying compare everyone as your mirror, but that's why I see like we can't judge anyone. I really sit here and I hear my thoughts. I'm like, dude, I can't judge myself because I'm my biggest critic.
But
my mom could, good job, Blake. Nah, man.
Are you in a relationship?
I'm in a situationship, man. I people would say, I guess that would be like the 2020 thing. I'm in a situationship. I feel like a lot of people in a situationship. So that's I'm gonna keep that on the ice. You know what I mean? It's it's a situation, but at the end of the day, I try to put my best foot forward and make sure that I'm considering my feelings and then also that other person's as well too, because at the end of the day, she has her life to live, and I have my life to live as well too. And I've heard a couple of times, from women, I stayed with him for 5 years and this and this. I'm like, but how many times did he do that? Oh, he did about 10 times. Come on, baby.
Yeah, it gets crazy. It gets crazy.
You chose to be in that. Like, come on. He said sorry. I know. I'm sorry too. Like, now it's a choice, and it's okay, because then you have to, is he going to try to improve? What is he going to try to do? Stuff like that. So, yeah, man, I love women. I love myself as well too, though. I know in the Bible, if they want to, it says when a man finds a wife, he finds a good thing. Pat said he was married 15 years. Bro, I'm not saying every single day was lolly rainbows and gummy bears or whatever people think, flowers, and it's a relationship. It's a partnership, lifelong, they say. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So, I mean, that's all. That's what I'm gonna say about that. That's a different topic.
Scoot this way, like a foot. Yeah, just that'd be better for the
good. Oh, okay.
That was my dad.
How's
and my stepmom? Well, because we work out of there. I almost feel like I'm almost obligated to like. I guess like they're kind of like my boss in a way. I mean, they let us work out. We have a studio out of his house, and they're just talking about the Corona thing, and he's just checking on me because, we don't have any business. And, I mean, we literally just like lost over $50,000 in jobs, dude. And like next month is going to be like we have no money coming in. So if our overhead was like. If we had to pay like a $50,000 salary, our overhead used to be $30,000 a month, and then we had to make some cutbacks, and now it's like a lot less. And if it was still $50 a month, like we would go bankrupt in 1 month. Just because, like, if you're not making $50,000 a month, or in our case, we have to be making twice that, because you only profit half of what you make. In 1 month, we would just lose $50,000. So if you are not in the plus, it's just crazy how so can you imagine how many businesses right now are just like, they're just fucking done. I mean, but all done.
The big ones are going to make it. But Angela's client, she does high end catering. Like for UCLA and this and that, and she lost $30,000 in clients because everyone's shutting down.
But I guess you could tell your employees, listen, sorry, like we can't pay you this month. But I'm sure some companies have contracts and they have to pay their people salaries, right? Yeah. So what are they going to do? Like we can talk to our guys and be like, dude, sorry, like this next month, like why? We can't pay you, but like, what do you need? What's like the minimum you need for like rent, or like let's just talk about.
And
like,
see, that's when the small businesses become like the family. Like the family's like,
yeah, we're like a family for sure, and they don't want us to go bankrupt either, because everyone at my company loves what they do, and I mean that's part of the reason why I want it to be that way, because we're. But so what were you guys just talking about?
Well, we were talking about the mental aspect of things.
Yeah.
He's like I was talking about the kitchen. I have a lot of kind of like goes like all over the place. Right.
That's one thing I need to improve. Yeah, that's one thing I need to improve.
But he goes even harder than me. Yeah. But because I'm able to, I like. Because we were talking about the mental thing, and that's why. Because this podcast is called "Learning to Lose." We're alcoholics, and our disease manifests in the mind, and it causes us pain and misery and stress if we're not connected to a power. And like you were talking about, like a mental life, and when you didn't make it to the NFL, that's sort of like how my music career failed, or like when we hit a bottom, or when we experience a certain amount of pain, it like forces us to like. To like seek it, just you got humble, like you know what I'm saying, like you probably were forced to get humble, and like you probably felt some pain and some failure and some loss, right? So this whole podcast, like learning to lose, is how you can like grow. And it feels like, I almost feel like that's probably what God wanted for you, because you're probably happier than you would have been had you made it to an NFL team. I mean, when you get to, could you imagine the kind of fucking pressure? Like, yeah, you got a lot of money, but like you're fucking working. Like, I wouldn't want to be a professional athlete. Yeah, I would not want that.
Yeah, it's a full-time job, man. Like even,
but like just to go back to the learning.
Well, that and the injury and stuff.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and then that's one thing as well too. Is like, you don't, as an athlete, you don't go in there thinking I'm gonna get hurt today.
So
no, no. Like I'm just you go hard, and I know guys that go harder than me before. I'm like, dude.
But just to kind of like, just to kind of,
everybody gets injured a place eventually.
Yeah, man, yeah. I've been injured on the field shoulder, knee, but never surgery wise for my knee. So my knees are solid, and you know, man.
You don't need to like.
I love the game. I can't say I love the game of football. I respect it. I respect the grind of it. I respect the glory that comes with it. You know, and also the bond, the unity, the things that you learn. However, am I going to force my son to play football? No, I'm not. I'm not going to force him to do it.
He was
I'm not
saying
going to force
that
him.
his dad didn't force him either.
Yeah, I want to be in the NFL because of my dad.
But if you're not upset, your dad's obsessed with football,
dude.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Our family is a football.
But
family,
like, that's funny that you said you don't love football.
No, I love.
You do love football.
I love football. I love.
Okay,
man.
but are you obsessed with football,
bro? It's my baby, man.
Okay.
They said, but you also have to. For me, I had a son. I had to take care. I can't just keep flip flopping, you know. And if you're not putting that grind, that extra time in, you know, using your 24 hours, you know what I mean, using your time wisely. You get what I'm saying?
It's hard to live a balanced life when you have to have all of it.
Yeah, that's why they have guys going to, you know, overseas and playing. But I've been overseas. I played in Brazil. It was a beautiful experience, man. They showed me a lot of love out there. However, coins, the money, man. It's like, how, you know, now am I being selfish? Like, I'm gonna make it, dude. You're playing, like, you know, babe. You're playing in Brazil. Like, it's awesome. You're great. I know you're living life. However, it's like, it was my choice to stop. You know what I mean? Like, I chose, hey, like, you know, keep going back and forth, seesawing with the idea of I'm going to play football. I'm not doing it respect. You know, I did my time. I served my time. I did it. You know, I wanted to. Now let's do something else. I'm not only an athlete, man. My nickname used to be One Track. So, you know, that's, you know, that.
You had a one-track mind towards football?
Yeah, bro. Right. My mom always plan B. And I still joke around where I'm like, I hear all these podcasts and like talking about don't have a plan B. And I'm like, you know.
Well,
like,
we're living in a different time right now where you
time.
actually can be a multifaceted individual. But I just wanted to, before we go any further, Learning to Lose is the name of the podcast. And I'm just wondering what that means to you and how maybe you can apply it to like losing the NFL thing. And did that kind of, was there a humility or surrender involved with that forced you to, like, you know, get the holistic thing going? Or I don't know, it seems like you're kind of more mentally
I'm
balanced.
I'm definitely,
maybe you don't have a one-track mind anymore.
No, definitely not, man. You know, it's, my priority is taking care of myself. Then my second one is taking care of my son. I started the plant-based 2 years ago when I was trying to make it to, you know, my last run on the NFL, like going all in, man, investing in myself. Hired a holistic coach at the time based on the credibility of the trainer that used to train me as well too. She was like also my mentor. So, you know, I was credibility off of her, and then what he was speaking about, I knew nothing about. So I Googled it. I researched it. He said, Google it. Check it out.
What was he speaking about?
Humic and fulvic acid, you know, the divine vine, you know, the
was
pineal.
This what was his name? Singleton?
No. This is my holistic coach.
Okay.
Yeah, Vince.
What was the Singleton's guy's name?
Mike. Yeah.
Singleton?
Mike Singletary, yeah.
Singletary was was your football coach.
Well, yeah. Well, I spoke with, that was my, like, you just lost right there. You just checkmate. Like, you're what you said, something in your vocabulary, whatever you said, triggered him where he was like, nah, we're gonna go somewhere else. And they do that.
Oh, so he was the guy who turned you down.
In a sense.
In a sense. Yeah. And then you went and sought this holistic coach.
No, I was already with the holistic coach.
But
however,
you went in deeper.
I went in deeper, man.
Wow.
So, and I'm still doing it to this day, and I'm not playing football. You get it? I train as an athlete, and I want to, you know, I keep, just like, you know, sometimes people in the military, they keep that, like, I would say the neatness of it, the routine aspect of it, the routine. So having that routine, and I know what it's doing for my body, and I'm seeing the results, and, you know, dude, it's like, I'm not playing football anymore. However, I wake up happy, man. Like I never thought I was gonna be. I want to die on the football field, bro. Like that's how I was. I love football, bro. But I'm not only an athlete, man, and I get that. I'm still learning about myself. Me doing this podcast, I'm like, yo, like I know I talk a lot, but I have a lot to say because I just want to speak with people that actually, like, you know, I can learn from. You know, we learn together. We on the same. We raising our vibration. It's a community, man. You get what I'm saying?
So 2 years ago, that ended, and you started a new life. Is that kind of what you're saying? Like that was your last run, and you're like, okay, I'm done, and now I'm.
Yeah, it was. I wish it happened that fast, like that smoothly.
Right.
However, it was definitely a process, man. Like I said, I have a holistic coach. He's my life coach. I had my dad, my mom. In that sense, I definitely, she was the first person that knew there's something different in me. She was like, "You're different, babe." This is when I first started my protocol. I told everyone I was plant-based. I was like, they're like, "Man, what? You're plant-based?" They looking at me like I was crazy because they were like, "Blake, what are you talking about? You're plant-based." Like, and now, and I have a hype energy. So they're like, "Oh, like, would you go get a Beyond Meat burger?" I'm like, "Yeah," but now everyone's talking about plant-based. You know, the little movie came out on Netflix. So I was, you know, I'm not saying I introduced it to my family in a sense where it made sense to them. Like, you know, what do gorillas eat? Like, and then they saw how I was looking. They were like, "Oh, you still plant-based?" I'm like, yes, I am.
You mean you got bigger? Or?
Dude, I was jacked up, and
even still in good shape.
I know.
Like, I'm like, fuck, man, dude, I'm out of shape right now.
Hey, that's why I'm like, Pat, let's work out, man, because I just want to add my energy.
No, I just need to do it more.
So you noticed improvement on plant-based,
absolutely,
physical, like you got more ripped, or you got size, or
I got more size. I got
energy?
more defined in a sense. It was lean muscle mass and the way I was working out as well too. So it all played a part. Yeah, well. and even my thought process going into the gym. I wasn't like, "Oh man, I gotta go to the gym today. I'm about to go to the gym and I'm gonna improve in here." Mm-hmm. One of my coaches taught me that. Man, don't ever go in no gym session, no practice with just I'm just gonna go to practice. Improve. Like, what can you improve on? Mm-hmm. Improve on 3 things. Write it down. Look at it before practice and write down the morning how you want to improve. And that's little things that, you know, I always remember. And
yeah, well, I can see how that's important because you have a goal, you have a visualization. Now you got a purpose rather than you just show up at the gym and work out. So, but I'm sort of curious. So your life's gone through a transformation. It still is right now, at this very moment. So 2 years ago, you decided football is not going to happen. Mm-hmm. Is that what you? And so now you've kind of been trying to find yourself or how you're going to be from here on in. And
yeah, for me right now, man, I'm really focused in on like the health and wellness side of things. You know, I still do, you know, the commercial stuff like that. However, right now, just this, you know, the virus and everything that's going around, man, and all that. I'm just looking at it like this. Why are we buying toilet paper? We need to be loading up our immune system.
Dude, there's no toilet paper in the market.
There's no toilet paper.
Isn't that weird how like it's just like the kind of thing that no one could have ever predicted.
Bro.
I went to the market today and I felt like it was the end of the world. It's one of those scenarios.
Yeah.
I couldn't even get the food I usually eat.
I was joking with the cashier. I was like, it's like a zombie. It's not a zombie apocalypse. Now I would stock up on things. I'm not going out there with zombies. I'm going to a different type of store. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. But I'm like, we have to be a little bit more, more conscious. It's like build your immune system. You know, if you're gonna do something that you know is not gonna be good for you, do 2 things that's gonna be good for you. You get what I'm saying? Like
yeah. Well, like you got to sell inspiration because pretty much everybody knows, but we're still stuffing donuts and McDonald's and smoking cigarettes and
people
going
say,
hard at Starbucks and whatever, and so. If you could sell inspiration, you could make a lot of money.
Yeah,
because
well, that's what you're doing. That's what you're trying to do.
It looks like it.
That's what I'm trying to do, man.
His Instagram is called Be a Better You.
Yeah, Be a Better You _ man. I have got a lot of love to give, but I also, I'm also see like real, like what's real. You get what I'm saying? I just have to be me. Like I have had coaches in my life, and I'm going to continue to have coaches because you can never learn too much, man. I want to meet so many people. Like,
well, you were saying about doing a podcast, so not everyone wants to talk about this type of shit. That's the other thing. It's like I could tell right away on the FaceTime call that you were like Sarah likes talking about this shit. Like, but like sometimes people, I've actually had I had this one YouTuber guy on one time, and I was trying to like go there. He actually had his homie was on here with him, and I was more like leveling in on him because like not everyone cares as much about their thought life and looking inwardly as like we do, because we need to do it to be happy or else we'll be actually miserable. So whenever someone like is interested in talking about this kind of shit, like that's what this podcast is for.
Absolutely.
But like, I don't think you know, in this house we talk about it a lot, but like, I think out there, like, I don't think a lot of people are really trying to like, go there, you know?
Well, man, Pat, for me, man, like you say you're partnered up with your family. That's awesome. Like family working together, however the dynamic.
Yeah, I have
it's like
this tattoo, family ship. You see it? Where is it?
Oh, it's on the side.
Yeah, family ship. Like my friends like are my family.
Yeah, and that's how it is. And that's
friendship,
why it's more than just
family
blood,
ship,
man.
Yeah.
Family ship.
It's kind of weird though when you have a business and you want to be friends with everyone, and it's like, well, you have to have like boundaries, and I don't do well with that because I'm like, anyone that's around me, I'm like, let's collab and let's like build something, because I don't want to like work. Like if you do what you love, you don't work. So I just have this like, I don't know if it's a warped thing, but I go to therapy and I talk about it with him and I figure out what those boundaries are. But yeah, like that's a big one.
So
for
the
me.
people, I just have a question. Like, so the people that you are trying to work with, how is the work going? Like, is it that you're trying to collab with? I should say.
I mean, like, dude, it's funny that Elliot's sitting back there right now because like I've known him my whole life, but like he struggles with certain things, and I only want our relationship to be as good as it can be, and I want to help him like be more task orientated. And like everyone has like trouble with different things. Like some people are really good at one thing, but they're bad at working with others, or some people are like more susceptible to like depression, or like they're lazy, or they forgetful, and I'm like, let's just talk about it. Like, I don't want you to be afraid of me. Like, let's just get honest. Like, you can talk. I'm almost like human resources. Like I own the company, but like I don't really want to be like the boss. I want to be like a guy that everyone can come to and be like, yo, I'm like my partner Tim will give out jobs and shit, and he'll be like, kind of like, he won't be nice sometimes. And if someone's like bummed out or like upset or frustrated, like they can come to me and be like another friend of mine, Troy, who you know, is like, we've had ups and downs, and he's like gets to vent to me, and I'll listen, and like I'll be a friend, and like let me figure out a way that we can like help you
put a strategy together
or whatever. Everyone's different.
Yeah.
I just like, I think it's important for people to like enjoy what they do, or else you're not going to get the best version of them, especially in this field, because people need to be creative, and you're not like, it's not like my dad does electrical work and they just like, you know, if the light turns on, like they did their job. But like in my field, it's like different. It's like creative. So like if your heart's not in it, like the work's not going to be as good.
It's not going to be tasteful, man.
Yeah.
I've been doing this supplements for 2 years, bro. Like, that's a committed relationship for me. You know, it's committed. Like, yeah, I may go drink, because I'm not playing football right now. I'm not playing. I go have a drink. I structure my drink. We can talk about that as well too. Definitely.
You mean an alcoholic drink? Is that what you're talking about? Or?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. But at the end of the day, when me in my life right now, why? I ask myself. I literally ask myself, and then I see people, you know, that have. My grandfather was an alcoholic. You get what I'm saying? So I pride myself on having a choice and control of what I do, which I do. We all do. No one can make you do anything. Influence, I get that as well too. No one can make you do anything unless you want to do it. So, you know, or forced, you know, and that's different, you know. But like for me, it's like, you know, they say in the Bible, water to wine. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, you know, it's I feel like you can abuse certain type of things as well too. And also with that being said, it's like we can't do it alone. And so by you guys, you know, I commend you guys, bro, like to be able to talk to someone and then stepping into what you guys are doing right now without having, regardless of the criticism, what other people are saying. Now, if it's starting to offend somebody, then I get it. You know what I mean? That's why I don't watch too much of the news. However, I watch the news, like to keep updates and stuff. But that stuff has an effect on me as well too. Like, because I could get depressed about stuff like that because I care so much, and then I'll have things to offer, and then, you know, maybe someone I care for is sick, and I'm like, hey, I got something that can help you. Yes, you have to pay for it, or I mean, but I can also help. I'll give you help, like whatever I can. But I can't cut off my own hand to give to you. It ain't gonna work like that. It's not. But you know, then you have people. I'll cut off my arm for you. It's like, man, look.
I've never met anyone that would do that.
What?
Well, that's like the codependent thing.
Well, I got some homies. Like I have a.
Well,
I have
actually,
a
Sarah is like a little bit like that. I don't know if you're familiar with the
Yeah.
relationship she's in, but like, and my ex-girlfriend, a lot of the girls I attract are like, they take care of me, right?
Yeah,
like,
bro.
I feel like even in the beginning, maybe of your relationship, it was a little bit like that. Like, I think also like men, like especially alcoholic men, like we get into relationships where like the person's like taking care of us and we're almost like using them, or like they're sacrificing their well-being for us.
Yep.
And that's like codependency, right?
I guess you're right. Yeah.
So that's, I think that's kind of like the analogy that you're,
Yeah.
because they want to help, or I forget what the psychological reason for codependent is, but they want to like take care of someone. They want to like help someone, even at the expense of themselves. And I mean, I know for me, like I want to, like I'm a people pleaser because I'm afraid everyone's going to abandon me. So like it's tricky for me to take care of myself sometimes because I'm always trying to like make sure everyone else is happy. And like, that's one thing I work on in therapy, is just to like be more like, oh, is this taking care of you, or are you like not like being your authentic, like for certain partners I have, like if I didn't like the beat that we're making, like and Donnie did, I'd be like, oh, it's all good, you know, like let's just do it. Or if I liked it and he didn't, like I wouldn't like stand my ground because I'm insecure. I'm afraid he's going to leave. But that's not taking care of me.
Yeah, man.
Right? Like
And
that's kind of where it showed up for me.
I feel like if we in the studio, man, and all three of us is laying down a track, whatever it may be, some music, and if we're, you know, as an artist, you love your music. You put your, people say that, you know, if you listen to the actual lyrics of music, and that's one thing I do love. I love music. I used to play tenor saxophone.
Oh,
Could
really?
I play for you right now? No, I couldn't, man. I used to play. I was tapped into that. You know, I'm, you know, I talk too much. But anyway, just as far as like, you know, the unifying variable, if we're all working together, if you don't like something, it's like, all right, well, you know, what else, what's your other,
it just gets tricky.
It does,
with
creative
creative stuff, and it's like
it's because we're also right hemisphere, and we have two hemispheres though. We have a left hemisphere and a right hemisphere. I've learned that. So you know, right hemisphere. I'm a right hemisphere thinker. However, I also tapped into my left hemisphere if I have to make sure that I, you know, handle my A, B, C, D, E, F, G's. You know, stuff like that.
So I'm still a little like lost. So what is it that you do for a living? Are you figuring that out now? Or
I'm an entrepreneur. I'm definitely an entrepreneur. For sure.
So
yeah. Performance coach. I graduated from Tennessee Tech with the exercise science background. I got a full ride scholarship to Tennessee Tech. I played 4 years of professional football. I should have probably said this in the beginning too.
Okay.
But played 4 years of professional football. Played overseas in Brazil, and I played arena football for 3 years. So. Man, I was, you know.
That's after school or while you're in school?
Yeah, that was after school. No, after. You only could play professional after, because you can't get paid to be in college. Well, now they're changing it up.
So you played professional for like what team?
Arena football, San Angelo Bandits in Texas. But the team we had that season, learning how to lose. Man, we went 2-10. I was the team captain. I could have easily went to a different team.
Huh.
So that
means you lost
Oh, we lost 10 games.
And
brother.
you won 2.
That was my last season of playing. That's how I really finished. You know, so it kind of have a little itch about it. But but I definitely have. I know that I'm much more, man. I just want to be able to, you know, tap into that and improve on it, because I do talk a lot. So if I have, but I want to tap into more of being more organized of how I do things. And
that's what I'm trying to get to right now. So I'm curious, like, what's the pay on that? What kind of pay is, if you don't mind? I mean, does it pay football? Well, or is it
for arena football?
Yeah.
Oh, arena, man. Well, I was a captain, so I got paid a little bit more than most guys. However, arena was definitely a grind, man. I got $400 a game, but I'm training myself in the gym, like working out with the teammates and stuff like that, going to practice, you know. In arena, it was kind of tricky too, man, because one of our defensive coordinator got fired, and guess who had to call the plays? The captain.
So how many games did you play?
So it's a grind.
A year?
12. And
so
then
that's only
not
a couple
include,
grand.
Yeah, bro, it's not a couple grand.
So it's funny because there's this Aaron Hernandez documentary.
I watched that last night.
And Aaron was like a millionaire.
Dude, 40 mil.
But this other dude who was like, remember?
The one with the long hair.
Yeah, he was like dope.
Semi-pro.
It's so amazing.
Yeah,
that guy was like talking about like, I'm grinding, and Aaron was like ungrateful or whatever. And he was talking about how he was playing professional football, and he was kind of explaining like,
they paid. Well, he was saying semi-pro.
But so that just means you had to have another job,
dude. Yeah.
And what was that?
And so it's personal training.
So you have like right now you have like clients that pay you to train them.
Yeah.
Like how many?
I have right now. I haven't been promoting that. I just been more so promoting the health and wellness side of things. So, you know, I'll hit the gym. I have like 3 clients right now, but I've had a total of like 25, 30 clients, because at the time it was focusing my time on my clients instead of just trying to get a money grab. I want to see you transform. Mm-hmm. And I was starting out, and it was like a little, you know, insecurity about myself too, because I'm 27. I have a lot of knowledge. I have a mentor that's training 20 years under her belt, then another mentor 20 years under his, and then training from football. But I still was a little insecure because I was like, man, how can I ask someone I'm going to charge you $100, but I'm going to give you a damn good workout. You're going to feel this.
No, I know exactly how you feel. I have to charge like so much more money than I feel comfortable with.
You got to take care of yourself,
just
man.
To survive.
And I know personal training is not going to pay the bills like that. You get what I'm saying? Unless I'm
you have to. Everything's expensive. It's the world we live in.
But you need to have a client every day, or for a few, maybe a couple clients a day.
Like I'm with the commercial agencies as well too. So
what does that mean?
Commercial agency, you know, did you see the Microsoft?
So you act?
Yeah.
Oh, you're an actor.
Well, I'm not an actor.
So you have like a SAG card, so you just go and then they pick you or they don't or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Because my friend was doing that. Yeah.
I've been blessed, man, to be in an opportunity where, you know, I have been connected with the right people, and when my number is called, I'm prepared and I go handle my business. And the guys that I work with, dope people, and like, you know, when it's time for you to shine, you shine, perform. But when it's time for you to be in the back, handle your business, man, and let the other person shine.
So you do like, how many of those do you do like a month?
It just depends, because now they're canceling.
But like last month you did like one.
Last month I did one. I did the Microsoft commercial for the Super Bowl with Coach Kate, man. Saw we're for the 49ers, man, receiver coach. It was a dope commercial with Peter Berg.
Oh shit! Wait, hold up.
Yeah,
was that the red commercial?
Yeah.
Yo.
Yeah, bro.
Did you see that, Elliot? Yo, this commercial. It's a red. They shot it on red, or it was an Oakley commercial.
No, it was Microsoft.
Oh, okay. I'm tripping. So there was this Oakley commercial. It was the sickest commercial I ever saw in my life.
By Peter Berg?
I don't remember who directed it, but I know Peter Berg. He did.
He's dope.
Yeah, he did Battleship, but what was? Oh, he did the one with Mark Wahlberg, the brother, the one where he's like.
Was it Four Brothers?
No. Or yeah. What did Peter Berg do? Damn, we got our own Jamie right back there, though. So those are two. You're just kind of doing whatever you need to do right now to get some cheddar.
Yeah, man. I'm definitely. I'm in the I've had opportunities to like go on reality TV shows and stuff like that, like mostly dating shows. You get what I'm saying? But I mean, man, I really want to. The reason on top of playing NFL is also the platform that you have, and seeing my buddies that play in the league. I see what they're doing, and they have the money, and they're also giving back. Yeah, it's a tax write off at times. However, they also had an idea and a thought, and worked with some people that yes, they can actually produce something and make income as well too. That's going to help and offer other jobs as well too. I work with I'm partnered with the water company. I'm an influencer for it. However, I simply drink it daily. You know what I mean? Like, this is my lifestyle. This is how I'm choosing to live and what I'm choosing to put in my life.
So if you
for the benefits.
You get a certain amount of profit from the company, or like, what do you mean a part?
It's like, even with the profit, it doesn't work unless you're doing wholesale. You get what I'm saying? And however, like, if you want to purchase like a protocol, we'll put one together. Me and my team put one together for you. We go through what your goal is. We actually sit down, which is more personal. And so it's like, and he also specializes in a technique called hemispheric integration, and it's approaching people as if they have two minds, because we have a left hemisphere and a right hemisphere. The right hemisphere is for the creative, like the creative mindset, creative thinking, stuff like that. And the left is for the more analytical one, the more scientific, like by the numbers, by the books, so
which side is like discipline?
Discipline's the left hemisphere,
right? Like getting up, tasks, like that's the hard shit.
Yeah, man. And subconsciously we just go through, when we wake up, we just wake up, brush our teeth.
But that water company, do they pay you to be an influencer also?
Yeah, as far as referrals, like, since I'm partnered with the actual distributor, and he spoke at the World Water Conference, so I'm actually partnered with him, and we're a team. So, like, I'm on this podcast, I called him, I was like, hey, is it okay if I, talk about what we're doing because it's going to help? He was like, of course. And I was like, me, I just want to give credit where it's due. And, it's cost, like, to be a distributor, it's a different conversation. However, we just want people to be drinking this water. You get what I'm saying? Because the cleaner the water, the better. We have people that own Crystal Blue structured water units and Kangen units as well too.
So if I bought one of those off you for $1,300, would you make any money?
Yeah, I would make a percentage off of it. But cool. it's also
that little metal thing. It's like $1,300. Right?
And I actually I purchased a bigger one. I'll show it to you.
Yeah, before we did the podcast, we drank some of this water that he's pushing, and it was like crazy. You should have some, Elliot. You want some? It's in that blue container. There's like a blue jug. It's all, you can just pour a glass.
And there was a Spencer Confidential for the Mark Wahlberg Peter Berg.
Spencer he did the new one.
Look,
the new Netflix one. Spencer.
This my pops with the.
But
oh, now I know who you're talking about. What?
That's the bigger. That's the commercial size unit for Crystal Blue. Yeah, they get
giant.
big though.
Wait, you know who that is?
That's my dad though. That's Stefan Adams.
But wait, what did you just say, Billy?
Oh, Peter Berg. I just heard a podcast with him, with Mark Maron, and they know each other. It was pretty cool.
Oh, that's crazy. Yeah, go ahead. Wait, Peter Berg was just on Maron?
Yes.
Maron was in the movie he just did.
Oh, yeah.
He was in the movie, and then he was on the podcast.
But wait, what else did he do with Wahlberg? He did the one where it's based on a true story of the Navy SEAL who goes into Afghanistan and like all his boys die. Did you see that one? What? Lone Survivor. I'm reading that guy's book right now.
Oh, really?
No, the actual guy who went there that Mark Wahlberg played, Peter Berg directed the movie. And like this dude's like some like, guy from Texas who became a Navy SEAL. Dude, the Navy SEAL shit is I'm like, the shit they have to go through, like, that's really fascinating to me. Like, did you listen to the Joe Rogan with that other Navy SEAL guy?
I think so.
Yeah, you listen to all of them.
Almost.
Pretty much, yeah.
Except for the MMA ones, yeah.
Yeah, some of those ones are actually really good too, though.
I know, because sometimes they get off the subject, right?
Joe will be like, yo, we need to talk about these fights. And then they'll talk about the fights for like 5 minutes, and then they'll just go right into fucking some other shit. You listen to Joe Rogan?
Joe Rogan? No, I haven't.
Really?
No, I gotta check them out, man. I told you I gotta get into podcast. I listened to yours today the one you had sent me.
Yeah.
I checked it out, man, and I know Steve Weatherford. I personally worked out with him, man. He's a great dude. I met him with my buddy London.
You follow MMA?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit, man. I the technique of the MMA training, like the constant movement, how they train, I love it because more functional movement.
I might start taking some jiu-jitsu classes. There's some good spots.
Good, you can show me some stuff.
Dude, I love functional movement. So
but this is like a whole, like Joe talks about it with a lot of like those guys. It's a whole fucking way of life, dude.
I'd just like to know some holds or chokeouts, and I can show them to my daughter too.
Yeah, that's not at all. Like, I don't even like care about that. Like, all I know is that people like Russell Brand and Anthony Bourdain and like Joe Rogan, like they became obsessed with it, and I need something physical to become obsessed with.
That'd be good, man.
Because I'm like not getting the kind of exercise I need.
Yeah, I feel that.
That's
especially because, and that's why I like my training style. It's so unorthodox, I should say.
Yeah, you maybe need to hire someone just to drag your ass out of bed in the morning, yell at you, and put.
I've already done
follow
that.
you with a stick and make you run up a hill or something.
No, I've literally already
or
done
run
that.
up there with
like
you.
I pay Troy to like come and wake me up when he goes.
Well, he's probably good because he'll do it.
Yeah, but he's. It's like
he needs to work out too, though, man. You both should be working out.
Well, Sarah is my trainer, but as far as waking up, I can do it if there's somebody or there's something I got to do. But the problem is I kind of set my life up where I don't need to be in the studio because it's already doing its thing.
Okay.
So if I don't need to be, I'll just turn over on
Basically,
my side.
it's just so fucking hard to fucking do it consistently.
Unless you have to.
Yeah.
Like with him, he's probably habitual. It's probably like,
well, hey, like I said, I'm not perfect, man.
Well, yeah, but hold up. What time do you wake up?
It depends, man. When I'm in Atlanta, I wake up at like 6:37.
See,
and so that's in the LA time because I'm thinking East Coast. Even if we wake up at 8, man, Atlanta's already moving in motion.
But you're
man.
up by 8. That's what you're doing.
I'm up.
And
But some days,
out.
but some days I'm sleep. I sleep until 10. I listen to my body, man.
Yeah,
like,
but bro, you don't understand. Like,
what time are you waking up?
Like, if me and Billy like didn't have to wake up,
you just
like
be sleeping.
You probably sleep till 1, 2.
I used to all the time, but now that I'm older, I just can't for some reason.
Yeah. So
I feel that.
I'm. My
no,
shit is all
there's a hormone that you start making less of, and you just can't. Even if you want to sleep, you can't.
I can't wait.
And
for
this is, dude. It's like with these supplements. What I've learned is, yes, we all are human, colored, all that, whatever, doesn't matter, dude. We're cells. We're all energy vibrating at a different frequency. I'm not going to talk too much, preach about it. However, what I learned for myself is in the cell regeneration cell level, like. If you're regenerating cells, you're taking supplements, you're filling your body up, something is going to change. Something's going to change. Cause and effect. You're doing something you've never done before. Something's going to change. And then you just
I like that. There. It's like kind of a quantum physics approach to it.
Yeah, man. You add frequency. That's why music affects people as well, too. You know what I mean? Frequency, energy. I'm drinking living water, energized water.
Well, the water's important. My friend I was telling you about earlier, who she's got the Kagan. What do you call it? Kagan?
Kagan.
And she calls us like a pond. Each one of us is a pond, and you need to keep fresh water in your pond, because we're so much water, we're like water bags, right? So I try to drink like 3 liters a day, but I haven't been good about it lately. But sometimes I think that's part of my veneers is I have to keep this homeostasis just perfect.
Yeah.
And so a little dehydration.
That's the blue one.
Yeah, that's the blue one.
Oh, wait. Yeah, here, give him that.
Sure, I'll try it. I mean, if I feel like $1 million, you've got me sold, except I don't have money right now.
Well, that's the thing, dude, is Billy, when he started, him and Sarah were in the kitchen and they were talking about all this crazy water shit. And I swear to God, I was like, yo, like, I feel like this could be a thing for Billy because, I don't know, I think everyone's looking for the fucking cure.
I stopped buying a bunch of my supplements.
Yes, sir.
It's just a balance.
now, but yeah.
Man,
It's just a balance of
I've
everything.
I've been doing HGH,
Okay.
thinking that might help, but that shit's expensive, bro. So
Yeah, it's just, and so it's like where's your money going? Cause and effect, is it working? What's the benefits? And then also you got to look at the disclaimers as well too. And so if
you don't think it's working?
I don't think it's. I mean, it gets me shredded.
Oh, the
you know,
GH,
and like,
the HGA. What is that? Hormone growth therapy.
growth hormone. Yeah, which
Enjoy,
it's
man.
sort of like a fountain of youth kind of thing.
you were
Right.
And if you want to get yoked and stuff, it helps.
Is it a pill or you have to shoot it?
You have to shoot it. Yeah.
calling you guys out, man.
Yeah.
I've been manifesting.
I mean, not
this.
like in your vein, just in your fat.
Right, yeah, no. Sarah is
So
she knows about all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, she does. And so that's how when Sarah and I connected, we were at my uncle's house. Dude, we freaking were
like on the same wave.
Yeah. No, she was like, I love water. Oh my God, I have a Kangen unit. I love water.
Oh,
I love
she
water.
has one?
Yeah, she does. And so I was like, what, really? And I'm talking to her. I'm no water scientist. I'm no scientist. You know, I did study biology in college, so I am a little brainiac when it comes to things. However, dude, when I meet someone else that's like that and I hear them spitting some stuff about what I know, oh my God, like, you know about this? Like, hey, like, what do you know? Did you know about this? No? All right, let's try it. Let's test it. Okay. So now you just poured your Kangen alkaline water through the structured water unit. Now you do a taste test. You see which one do you prefer? She said the structured water. She was like, oh my God. Like, she was like, it's softer than my other water. Structured water equals softer water. So it's be able to increase our cell hydration.
What are the crystals made of?
It's glass silicone crystals with like the proprietary blend that Crystal Blue, you know, manufacturers has, like, you know, because there's structured water units out there, but they're plastic, they're PVC pipes. I can make a structured water unit. However, in the unit itself,
what does that mean? It restructures it as it goes through?
yeah, so restructures the molecules. So basically, it's a handheld unit and it's an inline unit. And you just pour the water through, but you want to have pressure. So usually if you have a home, you would get attached to the main water source. And then when the water pressure goes through, we just got to determine your pipe size and stuff like that. And it's easy. We have a plumber that actually installs them. Mm-hmm. So they cut the main line pipe, and my Nana, she got hers installed, and I recorded the whole thing. So I basically saw him install the unit. It was pretty cool, man. Like, I was just seeing everything. But he cut it and then just attached the unit on there. It's a bigger one than this one that I have right now. This is the travel handheld unit. It has 24 karat gold in it. And so gold is conductive, and the crystals are stacked in a geometric form to form a hexagon. So structured water is hexagonal water. That's what they also call it as well, too. That's another name for it. But I just say softer water.
But, so what does that mean? So you can look at it under a microscope or something and see a different structure when it goes through?
Yes, sir. So Dr. Emoto and a couple other scientists as well too have studied. It's people actually designated to study water, which I feel like it's pretty awesome because they know water.
Does structured water occur in nature?
Yes, sir, it does.
So maybe at the end of a waterfall or something where it gets pounded?
So the reason why I believe, and this is, like I said, I believe this in my opinion, that even Kangen owners they know that they're not supposed to drink alkaline water. Like, they can't drink Kangen the rest of their life. They know that. So why would you do something that you can't drink the rest of your life?
Oh, because you can't get it in nature, you mean?
Well,
what do you mean?
So you're not supposed to drink alkaline water simply because it neutralizes our stomach acid and it allows our body not to break down the food properly. So basically, it's...
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, like Kangen units, like, you're not supposed to drink alkaline water. You're not supposed to. And you want your body at an alkaline state, though. And nature's water is naturally alkaline due to the minerals and the conductivity that's in the minerals in that lake, and that fresh water, that source, you know?
Well, you know what I learned in my microbiology class? I was telling you about that lady. Is things like lemon and vinegar, naturally, they go in acidic, but they
jump on that mic.
What were we saying? They alkalize your body, even though they're acidic going in.
Mm-hmm. So basically, foods naturally alkaline your body, and that's why I believe that Dr. Sebi, you know, I get what he was doing, plant-based nutrition. However, I also got my blood tested as well too. So for me personally, my blood test work has shown, I wasn't sick in the beginning. However, my blood test came back where I'm extremely hydrated, and the percentile on that one, I had the test results. It's like literally like if you're the level from dehydration. I also realized when you're 1%, when our body is 1% dehydrated, it affects first our motor skills. So it delays reactions. It dehydrates our body. So more as an athlete, muscle spasms, muscle tear. Your muscle is contracted. It's tightening up. So lack of hydration. Like we're drinking Gatorade to replenish and quench thirst. However, from a cellular level, if it's not getting into my cells, it's not going to hydrate my body properly. So I'm higher risk to be able to, get a muscle spasm or get a cramp or something like that too. So
so you're saying this enters faster, the structured
it's
water?
off the water. Yeah, it's already been tested clinically, like from doctors testing the blood. So that's how I got my blood tested, and I saw that my body was hydrated, and that was the first time I actually saw that. Besides the no muscle spasms in a year or 2 years, I actually saw physical evidence like, I was hydrated properly. So it's pretty awesome, man. Like I said, I'm no water scientist.
Well, here's the scary thing. Okay, so everything's water. We're water. Our whole Earth's weather pattern is based on water, and we're polluting the shit out of the water. I mean,
how I try to do my part, man, I drink out of glass. This unit, as I use it daily, bro.
Well, I mean, just on the level, I think, at some point, clean water is going to be a really expensive commodity, probably.
Yeah, man. And it's sad because, like,
I try to do my part too, but now they won't even do the refill mugs at Starbucks or anything because of the virus.
They won't refill water?
They won't refill anything, and if you bring your mug in, so you don't have to throw cups away, they won't do that either.
Wow, man.
Because of the virus. But that's just right now.
Yeah, I mean, dude, pollution has gone down. It's crazy.
It's gone down?
Yeah, I just saw this video about like how in Asia, well, dude, the worldwide pollution is down like 20%. What does it say,
That's good,
Jamie?
That's nice.
No,
That's
because
good,
like
man.
people aren't driving or like doing a big corporate. A lot.
Oh,
of
you
this-
mean just this week?
just just in like well, because I mean China's been on fucking lockdown for like almost a month, I think,
Dang.
or at least a couple weeks, and they just did it with Spain or Italy. So like no flights, barely anyone's driving. So they had this like graph on Instagram that showed pollution in red and like how
Airplanes
much
are huge polluters.
yeah. But so
And so are cruise ships.
I just ran into this thing. I've been running into this a lot on Instagram, and I'm just wondering what your thoughts are on this.
So the reason that you're feeling so burnt out lately is because your cells are burnt out. Your cells are being fed bad fuel, and this is from things like stress, which everybody has nowadays, even in the air that we breathe, even in the water that we drink, even in the foods that we eat with all the additives and preservatives and stuff like that. And the issue is that your cells want to be healthy, but when they're being fed these bad fuels, it leads to things like premature aging and not having energy and just feeling like your best days are behind you. But once you feed your cells the fuel that they want, they will latch onto that fuel and they will quickly rejuvenate themselves and they will make you feel good.
Yeah, regeneration. I
And
like
so what's
that.
cool is you can do this very easily by just adding a few key superfoods to your diet every single day. And once you do this, I swear you are going to be feeling like the days of your prime are right now. So if you want to check out what they are, hit that link below and enjoy.
I mean, what are they selling?
Also sell point. Also,
hold up.
It's to get you. It's to grab
Yeah,
you.
but hold on.
Well, he's good because he's handsome and he's got a good way of talking. So
Yeah, but hold on a second. What the fuck are we selling? Okay, you just taught me some shit, and then I click on this video and it's an hour long. What am I buying? Can I buy something, or what do you? Well, I don't know what. Okay, what are the superfoods?
So, I mean,
Greens.
know,
This is what
man.
they're selling. They're selling
This
greens.
page that you're on right now, and
Greens.
only while we have canisters in stock.
Okay,
Which is
so they're selling this shit called greens.
Okay.
Which I've been seeing a lot of lately on Instagram.
too.
It's
Okay.
like a powder.
yeah, I've seen it too. My buddy has reds and greens.
I mean, but hold up. Like, I'm trying to like buy this green shit.
What? Well, you gonna buy that right now?
Dude, that's why I'm trying to ask Sarah
No,
and him.
don't buy that.
It's like a powder that's like
You don't need that.
Well, I say
Right.
I suggest me just because I'm in your
Just
circle
eat
right now.
the greens.
I'm not. Yeah, bro.
right.
Come
or
on, man.
get
I
some
just bought
wheatgrass.
red char, purple kale, and I just made some fire purple kale.
because
zucchini squash.
because you need
burrito
like
fire.
you need like the fiber and like the
Well, what he said is it was. I'm not.
So wait a minute.
I'm not
You eat
discarding
that and you're not hungry afterwards?
No, I eat about like 2 of them, man, and I'll have a big salad with it too. I eat until I'm satisfied.
so like dude honestly
So I mean, you're eating like this much greens or something. Like,
Well, it just depends. Sometimes
because
it'll
I'm
be like.
always hungry. If I eat greens,
Yeah.
I'm still hungry.
Oh yeah, I mean, and that's the good thing about it. You eat as much. A bear is constantly eating. They eat tons of food. Rhinos,
You gotta do a lot of
gorillas.
chewing.
yo these gorillas.
That's why they do like gorillas.
Bro, I just went and saw the gorillas.
Ooh,
I,
how
I
was
went to
that?
Africa and we hiked up and I was feet away from like massive gorillas. We were just we hiked for like it was crazy, bro. I was like it was
That's
I
an
can't
experience
even
right
explain.
there.
We were in the middle of the fucking jungle, like on a bush, and there was like a family of gorillas, little babies, big ass silverback, and they're just Yo, like big, like yeah,
Cut
he
it
was
out,
just
man.
chilling, and then like the guide dude was like this like OG like gorilla man. He was like ooh. He was like talking to the gorillas. He was like, this is the sound they make
communicating with them.
for aggression, and like that's like the sound they make when they're like when they're like being friendly. So like basically he was saying to all the people like just go just keep making that sound because they think we're gorillas. Like they've been doing this for so long that the gorillas think that we're like
Hairless gorillas.
other like they don't understand
A
that we're
different type
not-
of species.
Basically when this dude started going up there with the Jane Goodall, he actually knew Jane Goodall. He was saying how like they were like super hostile and shit, but this fool's been going up there with all these other guys for like over 20 years, 30 years.
they're family.
So now like they know all the gorillas. They know they have names for them, and they know like, and they have these trackers that go up before the group of the groups of tourists go up, so they can figure out where they are, and then like it's just crazy. It's this
That's
whole crazy
awesome, dude.
operation. But like
Golly.
the amount of greens that they eat,
Yeah.
like this is what you're saying. Like,
How many
these
pounds?
fools just are
All
just
day long, huh?
eating
All day.
and it's cool because like they have an unlimited supply.
Well,
like they're in this, they're basically sitting on.
I know,
their
they just
food.
kind of reach up.
That's
you
it.
know, they don't have to do
It's
anything.
Well,
So I laid down and I just was watching them, and I was like, I'd like laid in the bush like with them. The fool's like, you should get up.
Oh.
Because like dude, they were trying to like play with me and shit. Like they were coming real close.
And they're
shit.
strong, too, bro.
But like yeah, you're not supposed to touch them because like our like skin can like fuck them up, like
never
our
mind.
oils and shit.
Oh, dang.
But like they're like just so like chill, bro, and they just like they don't have to kill any other animals. And they just like fuck like all day, and they'll go to like another group. Like the main dude is just like fucking like that's all he's doing.
Oh my gosh.
But they're just eating and chilling, and it's just like a crazy.
That's real though.
Be nice to be the main dude then.
I mean, yeah, but it's also like pretty like this. fool
That's
has to,
why he's
like-
lazy,
He has
too.
to like scrap though. You know, like the main dude had like scars. Like he's like fought his
That's
way.
why, cause they trying to get his seat.
Yeah.
Like you just said,
Yeah,
it would
yeah.
be good to be the main dude.
Right. Everyone's thinking that.
Heavy wears
Everybody
wears the crown,
Have to go to the bathroom.
right?
Dude,
But yeah, if a gorilla can get that big, I mean, but I don't know. Everyone's
rhinos, elephants,
But you know,
giraffes.
this is what I think it really comes down to. What blood type are you?
I believe I'm O. I think I'm a universal one. I think.
Yeah, I'm O positive.
Okay. I think my mother and I forgive me for saying that.
Elliot, what type? What's a carnivore blood type? What are the carnivores' blood types? Because like, I don't really know. I just know that like Joe has a lot of people. Joe Rogan, you know who that is?
I know he is. I just
So
haven't.
he has the most successful podcast in the world, and actually, so many people listen to his podcast on YouTube and on the Apple Podcast app that he's now become the world's most popular interviewer, like by far. Like more people listen to his podcast than any other show in the world, and he's become probably the most influential person in the world because he's. It's pretty crazy, but he's like dope because he's not really like. he's not like pushing any kind of agenda ever. He's just trying to get to the truth. So he'll have plant people on. He eats meat, and he's kind of like for that. But he had the dude on that did that documentary like twice, because the first time he had him on, like he proved some of the shit wrong, and then the second time he had him on, like that dude had a chance to like make it right. Did you hear both of the podcasts where Joe had the guy on that did the plant documentary?
I couldn't finish it.
Right.
It was too.
But
It was more like a battle than it was a.
Right. But the point I'm trying to make is that like everyone is different.
Different, man.
That's all it really
Dude,
comes down
and that's
to. Like,
why
I was just gonna say that I would love if you could just like move in here and just make me like, I just need someone to make me the healthy shit
I'll
like
cook
every
it, bro.
day, like
Hey,
the green shit. Like
I just
if
made
had
spaghetti.
it,
I just made vegan spaghetti tonight before I came over here.
I mean,
bro.
I need to like lose some weight, but like I just think that like if I had someone that made me the food I need to eat, I would eat it. But like eating healthy, like making my own food, like eating the food that's like not like.
I'm a foodie, man. So I get creative in the kitchen.
I mean, I am too, but like making it's art. Like,
oh yeah, it's different.
It's like I don't have time to like make it.
Well, you gotta buy it, make it. You gotta make it before it gets old. So like when you have a bunch of kale and shit, my problem is if I don't eat it that day or the next, it's like gets old.
Make some of those steaks.
Yeah, I also say use it also for like juicing as well too. It lasts a little bit longer.
I wanted
Stuff
to
like
get a
that, too.
juicer because I saw this. Like I've been trying to cure myself. Like the quality of life has gone down so much that even suicide sounds like good. Like
Dude,
I'm okay now.
Most people are worth my money dead, man.
I'm okay now because I'm so super strict with my diet. But I was thinking of trying to do this juicing, but then you see all these things and they just seem like fads, and I don't know if anything really.
Well, with my coach, man, sorry to cut you off. He just like it's a choice.
Yeah, but is it a fad? Like, what would you say? Is it juicing good? Like
juicing,
greens are just good?
Yes, man. You're gonna lose weight by just drinking liquids.
No. But I'm not saying like just that. But like I'm actually in the same boat you're in, bro. I'm literally in the same boat you're in. I don't have the fucking energy levels. Yeah. I'm like depressed. I'm like the shit gets fucked up, and I could just be so much more.
This guy had an autoimmune thing that the doctors couldn't cure, and he did a 30-day juice fast, I think it was. Yeah. And he lost like, I don't know, 60 pounds, and his autoimmune thing went away.
I did that 5-day juice cleanse, remember?
Yeah.
That was like amazing. I mean, it was so good, dude. My fucking rings fit.
They can fit in your fingers
because I think the inflammation just went
down. Man. So our body it's inflamed, man.
That's what this is. I can feel it.
As a football player, dude, you know, inflammation. We're taking impacts and we're loading our body up. What I've just been studying just from the meat, it's inflamed because the stress levels of the actual meat. I'm all for if people want to eat meat, man, just make sure the animals are taken care of. I wouldn't want to, if I knew what they were doing to animals, I probably wouldn't eat it either, man. Like, you get what I'm saying? Because we're putting that to our body, and now what I know now, I do it. So it's like, if I know talking mess about somebody, you know, or trying to overtalk someone is going to bother someone, why would I do it? I just know that. You know what I mean? It's like...
So you hear what he just did?
Yeah, not really. What?
It's just like hard to follow. So you went from not eating meat because the animals are treated wrong because they're stressed out. Hold on. Okay. And then he
compared it to overtalking somebody. Which he's trying to say that...
Your brain goes like crazy. It's like... That's why it's like... I knew it's hard to. It's been like a lot of all over the place because he's drawing parallels to things that are hard to like connect the dots. But like basically, you're saying like the meat has stress in it, and that does something to the meat. But then that was a good point. But then you went right to
something else,
talking too much, and it's like, wait, is that? Does that? Do those two things connect?
It was just more so about if you know, like, you know, just making the choices, man. That's eating. Unless you're, what information are you? Who are you listening to, man?
Well, here's another thing too. So you know, the money always bemes a factor. Yeah. Eating healthy is expensive. If you're going to buy
100%.
grass-fed, ethically sourced food, it's like double the price or more.
That's what
and
they
if
do.
you're just going to eat meat and vegetables, which I think is healthy, it's expensive.
Dude.
Like rice, you don't eat a lot of carbs and stuff. That's the cheap stuff that fills you up.
The
So
grains,
you
yep.
got to be prepared to lay down, like, you know.
Yeah, that's definitely not like what's stopping me. What's stopping me is I'm just like lazy, and I also just like the fucking like this morning I just went to. I like to go to the
Well,
place.
like he was saying in your mind, dude, you have, I can see this from an outside party. You have like a fuck working out mentality.
And that's
in your
all,
head.
that's gonna
I'm, like,
that's gonna be a big
trying,
factor
though.
as well too,
no,
man.
but I'm like really, really trying.
I know,
Well,
but there's something in your head that
if he's
doesn't
saying
want-
he's trying, I would love to come in a session, man. I won't talk as much, I promise.
No,
I
you're
definitely,
great.
I
It's all good.
I
I'm not even
definitely would
tripping.
want to just come in there, man. Just like I said, we're all energy vibrate at a different frequency. I'm a person that loves working out. However, I also get the day of, oh, it's my rest day, bro. It's my rest day. I'm chilling.
Well, here's
I'm not
how I
doing
look
anything
at it.
today.
I don't go in for my body. I go in because it gets me high, and it makes my
The
head feel.
endorphins come
Yeah, like I feel better. I know I'm going to feel better and not be. I'm going to be better off after. And even if I just do cardio and sit in the sauna or something, it's still better.
You're moving your body. Your body in motion is going to stay in
And then
motion,
once
man.
you're in there, then you're, well, I'll do some curls or, you know, and then.
Yeah.
Now you're taking care of yourself, man.
But I run.
That's what you're doing.
I'll run at night sometimes. Like I have these running shoes, and like sometimes I'll get into it, and I see her, and it's just I just don't have the energy.
So Pat, you
sometimes.
said
That's
the
it.
energy, right?
But like I definitely for fucking years I've been trying to do this.
Pat, so you said just me as a potential teammate, if I'm recruiting you to my team as like, yo, like, yeah, I'll add somebody else on my team. Like, let's go. What motivates you, like, to want to even work out? You know what I mean? Like, why are you here? You know what I mean? You don't have to be here. You could literally sit, if you wanted to, you could literally sit in bed and not work out. But you know you need to do something. You know what I mean? So now you have to find your niche. What do you like to do? You'd say you want to try the jiu-jitsu. Dude, that's lit. Like that's awesome, especially if you find that connection with you and you want to tap into it. You just have to find it.
Bro, like I've done months where I went to yoga, like
I love
hot
yoga.
core power
Bikram.
yoga. No, not Bikram. Core power, like hot yoga, like sculpt, like so
yeah, I've heard
gnarly.
that.
3 to 4 times a week, and I was working out 3 to 4 times a week, and I would do that for like months.
No,
and I
I've
was-
seen you get in really
that's
good
awesome.
shape.
but
And then,
like it's just I don't know, my fucking mind when I take the vacation and I start eating bad,
You get comfortable with that, man. And so
it's just hard to get back because it's not a mental thing. I'm trying to retrain the way I see it as like a mental, like Steve says he goes to yoga for his mind. And I'm just not there yet.
What kind
because
of-
I see my fucking gut in the mirror.
embrace it, man.
Yeah. No,
Dude,
that's funny.
and love yourself, man.
That's funny, yeah.
Hey, dude, love you because I love you. Love yourself, man.
No, I do. And you know,
Yeah.
Joe talks about like, Tim once told me that Joe talks about getting in shape. Like he talks about it like as almost like a fun little project.
It is, man. You get to
You know?
create yourself.
And when I start seeing little bits of results, because like right now I'm like not where I want to be at all. But if I spend the next 2 weeks like making the right choices, like you said, I will be at the end of those 2 weeks, I'll be on the track and I'll be like liking all of it a lot more than I like it now because I'm like behind now.
Isn't that a victory right there, though?
For sure. And if I could like learn to lose for real, then I could see the situation I'm in right now is, for lack of a better word or whatever, it's like I'm like losing right now. I'm in this like loss right now. But if I didn't see it as that, and then I could just go and run tonight a little bit and just, it's the journey, it's the process. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I need to go harder too. I hear you.
Well, it's like it's levels to this ish, man. You know, it's levels to this. Like, I'm not gonna say if we're working out, man, you need to do 15 more reps. Like, dude, I just did 10. I'm tired. I can't breathe. It's like it makes no sense for me to push you to you're just like, I don't even want to be in here with you.
Oh yeah,
you
I don't do that. I don't do that
nah,
anymore.
man. So
that's a young man's game right
yeah,
there,
bro. And even myself, I catch myself like, boy, you trying to go play ball again, huh? I'm like, man, I could. What's up? I hear that voice inside of me all the time.
Mm-hmm.
What's up, Papa? But I really am honed into like who I want to become, man, and like the type of legacy I want to live.
You wanted to ask him?
I want.
Well, it sounds like you want to help people and help yourself all at the same time, and like bring up the vibration of. And we're on board with that too. That's
it is.
That's what we want,
man.
because you want to help the world and you want to help yourself. Right?
And again, Pat, thank you for inviting me over, bro.
Yeah, no, I mean, and that's another thing is I like to have people on multiple times, and it's just like it's just an ongoing conversation, because the reasons that we do this are different from the reasons that you do it, but I just think all mankind needs to like adopt these sort of principles of. I mean, we were talking about some of them before, but like your energy embodies these principles of like humility and service and. Selflessness and, courage and faith. And these are all principles that we try to live by because we're in a 12-step program because we're alcoholics. And if we don't do that shit, like we're going to probably, it's either death or like a institution or jail, or just misery leading to drug use, which leads to death or whatever.
Well, I mean, what I see from you, man, like, just me and you just, excuse me, no. But, just more so like, you are who you are, man. You know yourself better than anyone can tell you. You get what I'm saying? Like, you know yourself, man, and that's one thing, but you also, you know yourself, you know your flaws, but you also know what's good things about you. It also takes like other people to encourage you, because that's always good. We need motivational people around. People, Bob Marley talking about love. Martin Luther King, he has a dream. Mm-hmm. We always we hear that, but then we're like, when it comes to our life, we're like, nah, can't happen to me. It's like, why not? Why not? Not to anyone else, not to you. Why not? Ask myself, why not?
Why not what?
Why not? Why can't I be great? Why can't I strive to be a better version of myself?
No, yeah.
Why I see my flaws. Why can't I fix it? Why do I need to keep arguing with my mother? Why do I need to, keep going?
Well, it's funny that you mentioned that, because for me, it's actually easy. Like, I'm actually really good at at striving for, like, I'm doing the podcast and my YouTube and my company, and like I've done music, I've done all these things, but when it comes to like my like fitness and my health, like that's like where I'm not, like when it comes to like certain, I'm really good at certain, it's just I'm trying to be more balanced. And I saw my partner Steve, the guy that was in the band with me, like he had a lot of anxiety, and he started like going hard with like working out and like yoga, like while we were in the group. And he made that the most important thing in his life, because without that, he was like fucked up. Like he would have anxiety all the time. And I was sort of jealous of what he was doing, because he started getting into shape, and he was just like, and he was also putting that before the group and shit. But like, I learned a lot from him, and like he inspired me a lot. And like, I'm trying to be more balanced with my life, because like I'll crush it with like my little passion projects, because I think that's, I'm trying to be like great and help the world in my own little ways here. But like you said, like when it comes to like I could do way more with that if I took care of my
yourself,
health and my fitness. Like it's
your
like
wellness, your wellness,
my belly and my energy level. It's like affecting like everything in my life.
Dude, I love this, because man, you're not even you're not even. Did you play any sports?
Yeah, I wrestled. I played baseball, football.
Okay. So
not like athletic. A lot of football.
Yeah, but
like,
you're athletic though. You get what I'm saying?
Well, I skated and snowboarded. I was like the best skater around.
Competitive
these
mindset.
parts.
So man, look, if I'm looking at you, because I'm looking at you from a different perspective. You don't even you know a little bit more about me, and so like just looking at you, man, I'm just I do want to work out with you for a fact. However, it's just got to find, what gets you excited to go into. Because if you're not having fun with it, why are you doing it?
Just to be more healthy.
I mean, okay.
And
you can
also,
go walk. Go walk. Go walk. You'll be good.
But
that's
to
exercise.
be more healthy, and then also to feel better, like Billy said, like after he works out, like he feels better.
It
you
releases
feel like
endorphins.
You did something, and
it releases endorphins. I love that, man. It's a great feeling.
Yeah, and it just takes stress away. I don't know. It's an antidepressant.
100%. Damn, Sarah, you look good right now. What's up? You put on some makeup? You could step in real quick. We're kind of like let's wrap her up.
Okay.
We're going to wrap her up. And just thanks again, everyone, for listening. And we'll see you next time.
Good night.
Good night.